AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
And off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It is AFR presented by Relief Windows. I'm Matt.
This is Shaq O'Neal, and I hate Matt.
Paul O'Neal.
They're chanting Paul O'Neal's name.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Toby Tomplay. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there and make it a good one. Bernard Gooden in 15 minutes. LSU offensive lineman, freshman Ryan Meeret in studio in 1 hour. We'll head to back to Mobile in about 90 minutes. Dalton Wasserman, PFF, will talk about the Senior Bowl. Ton to do. Let us begin as we do every single day.
It's time to pop the top on another edition of AFR with Bud Light. Drink easy.
Let us begin today by going back first to Friday. I had the great pleasure Friday evening of being the Grand Marshal of the Carnival Crew Day Louisiana Mardi Gras Ball. Great fundraiser for Mary Brad Perkins. And while I was there on Friday, that's why I wasn't here on the show Friday, and Muse was hosting. While I was there and everyone's getting ready and doing the whole backstage thing, the phone starts to ping, and all of this investigation, CSC, the Collegiate Sports Commission investigation chatter starts to happen. The Athletic, if you had missed it on Friday, The Athletic released a report that LSU is under investigation by the CSC. The CSC, the Collegiate Sports Commission, of course, we know third-party NIL has to go through the CSC, the NIL Go, which is overseen by Deloitte. So you probably know that any deal, any NIL deal over $600 has to go through NIL Go and be approved. Right? Okay, got it. Well, effectively, when everyone sees this on Friday, the first thought is, oh my God, LSU just bought this incredible transfer portal class. They must have broken rules. And so they're under investigation. That's what Rivals thought. That's what the internet thought. And the reason, by and large, the internet thought that is because the tweet from The Athletic about LSU and the CSC investigation had a picture of an LSU football helmet. And in the report, if you subscribe to The Athletic and you read the report, in the report, the CSC, The Athletic in this report mentions Lane Kiffin and makes reference to Damon Williams, leading everyone to believe that this was football related. As a matter of fact, that's not at all what this was. And, by the way, here's the tweet. Paul, if you want to pull it up, there it is for those watching. Look, there it is. I mean, it's from at The Athletic CFB. College sports' new enforcement arm has opened its first publicly known investigation into a big-name program, LSU. Anyway, and they have the picture of an LSU football helmet on there. Sometimes I bemoan state of journalism today, and I don't mean to be like the old guy yelling at the crowds. I'm certainly not trying to at the clouds. I don't mean to be like sitting here from an ivory tower. I'm not saying I'm flawless. Certainly, I mess up. We all do. This is clickbait engagement farming at its worst. Because here's what we actually know. With very little effort, I was able to determine through multiple sources that this is not involving football at all. It is an LSU student athlete. I could not confirm male or female or what sport. I could not get anyone at LSU to confirm that to me, and I can understand with this going on why that would be the case. But has nothing to do with football. So posting a picture of a football helmet and including Lane Kiffin, Damon Williams references in the piece by The Athletic, absolute Bush League. Terrible job. But I got a lot of clicks, didn't you? That tweet's been seen 933,000 times. Good job. Congrats on that. Boosting those numbers. Maybe get those subs up a little bit. So football is not involved. In the piece at The Athletic, they obtained an email from the head of the CSC to Verge Osbury. In part, this reads, the College Sports Commission is investigating. This is an email from Katie Medeiros to Verge Osbury. The College Sports Commission is investigating whether a member of one of your institution's sports teams failed to report one or more third-party name, image, and likeness deals in accordance with applicable rules. A member of one of your institution's sports teams. A member. One person. One student athlete who failed to report third-party deals. I can tell you that I made a few more calls, reached out to a few more people, and apparently, what this boils down to is you have a student athlete who has an agent, because they all do now. The student athlete had done third-party NIL deals. Remember, only deals valued over $600 need to be reported. And apparently, this student athlete's agent had gotten behind on reporting, and there was some question as to whether or not the value of the deal was even worth $600. You want to talk about a gigantic nothing burger. Also, it is important to mention LSU is not being investigated. The student athlete is the one being investigated. Now, LSU, as I'm told, is cooperating fully. And actually, Zach Greenwell, who's LSU's Deputy Athletic Director for External Affairs, released a statement to everybody, released it to us at LouisianaSports.net. They included this over at in The Athletic as well. Good job at least including that. So we've been in regular communication with the CSC since the organization's formation. Appreciate their ongoing collaboration and guidance. We anticipate this specific inquiry will be resolved shortly. We will not comment further on regulatory matters. Also, as I was able to gather, the CSC released more than a dozen inquiries within the past couple of weeks. Basically, throughout the fall, they batched them all together and then released these in their first big batch of inquiries. The Athletic chose LSU in the headline of the photo because LSU is probably the biggest brand involved, even if it's not football. And they're moving forward this way. LSU, as I'm told, has complied fully and cooperated. And by the way, it's been more than 2 weeks since that email was sent. It was on January the 15th. The email was sent. It was either the 15th or the 16th. I'm scrolling this piece here from The Athletic, and I don't see it now. But anyway, it's been more than 2 weeks. So LSU has been in communication with the CSC over 2 weeks, and as I understand it, this is close to resolution. And it appears to be just a big misunderstanding. So all this to say, if you saw that on Friday or over the weekend and you're concerned about it from an LSU perspective, don't be. It doesn't involve football, and apparently it's just a giant nothing burger. But it's another reminder of a very clear line between people who do their job well and people like Matt Baker and Ralph Russo, who did a very shoddy job, who failed to make even the most elementary attempt to get someone to give details on this. Like, who am I? I was able to get more details than The Athletic provided. Details are there if you want to get them. What's the old saying? Don't ruin a good story with the facts. Appears that's what The Athletic did here. Shame on him, man. Terrible job by The Athletic. Terrible job, Matt Baker. Terrible job, Ralph Russo. Be better. From LSU's perspective, and certainly from LSU's football perspective, all's good. All right, it's After Further Review. Our show open every day is brought to you by Bud Light. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light, the official beer of AFR. Was over at the KKDL Ball this Friday night. Had some whiskey, but you better believe had the ice chest full of beer as well. Had some Evermore. You know that. You had to mix in your water, so I did have the Evermore in there as well. But drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. If you're going to be at the any Mardi Gras parades throughout Carnival season, make sure you got the ice chest full of delicious ice-cold Bud Light cans, the 16-ounce aluminum bottles. If you're trying to avoid the glass around the like pool in the summertime around the parade route, make sure you get the 12-ounce cans, the 16-ounce aluminum bottles. The officially licensed partner, the official partner of LSU Athletics. Drink easy with the great taste of Bud Light. All right, it's After Further Review. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back. A former LSU defensive lineman, Bernard Gooden, is getting ready for the draft, and he's going to join us next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get it done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. GetGordon.com. 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 Hey, if you've been injured, remember, we're not just talking about auto wrecks. Yes, auto wrecks, big truck wrecks, slip and fall, workers' comp. If you've been injured in an accident, it's not your fault. You got to get what you're entitled to. And I'm telling you, a few years ago, was rear-ended on the bridge, and it was a gigantic inconvenience. Thankfully, nobody was injured, but had damaged my vehicle, had incurred expenses for rental and repair. And, it mattered having an attorney going to bat for you. So do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. Because you can go to getgordon.com, getgordon.com, anywhere in the state of Louisiana, or you can dial 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
After Further Review, presented by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding. And we do shutters too.
How about Garrett Nussmeier? Congrats, man. MVP of the Senior Bowl. 5 of 7 passing for 58 yards. 5 of 8 for 57 yards, excuse me. He ran one time. It was a 3-yard touchdown. He did throw an interception. If you watch the game, though, the interception wasn't Nuss's fault. There was about a 20-yard slant down the middle of the field. He put it right on the receiver from Wyoming, went off his hands, was deflected. The safety intercepted it. But Nuss, for his efforts, wins the Senior Bowl MVP and was one of the gigantic winners of the entire week, showing when healthy what it can look like, and a great first step here in this draft preparation for Garrett Nussmeier. Nuss, one of quite a few LSU seniors who are off to the next step as they begin preparing for the next phase of their career, and among them is now former LSU defensive lineman Bernard Gooden, who's good enough to join us here for a couple of minutes. Bernard, good to have you back, man. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Man, I'm doing awesome. It's great to hear your voice again. We appreciate the time. Hey, let's just start first and foremost. Fill everybody in, man. Since the bowl game ended, and when we last saw you, catch us up on what's been going on with you.
Man, just some circumstances I have, I had a high ankle sprain, but it's all good. And just been rehabbing that and just really been locked in. Finally got my way out here to Fort Worth, Dallas. Just got done with my first training session, so came a long way from that.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. We I'll get to the bowl game here in a second, but I'd love to know. We talked to you after you first committed and signed with LSU, and you had a great season. Tell me what your experience was like at LSU compared to what you thought when you first got here.
Man, my whole experience was nothing else than I didn't even expect, to be honest. Even when the season didn't go how we wanted to, it's still LSU. Man, you can't beat that. Just everything from the family, man. And just, even from the games, after seeing the game, because I know before, when we talked the first time, it was I didn't really know what to expect. But, going there and seeing that, you'd never forget that.
Yeah, man. Was there some of the games, like, was there a moment or something like that, or a game where you'll immediately remember the feeling of what it felt or looked or sounded like, just that size and scope?
Yeah. I'm sorry. You said what's on that?
Yeah. Was there? No, you're good. So was there? You said like experiencing it, right? Was there a game or a moment that stands out to you immediately?
Really, every home game. Literally every home game for LSU.
What about the opener at Clemson?
Ooh, that was a nice one. I did like the opener at Clemson. Even then though, like coming back and playing like in the stadium, it's like crazy, bro. Like LSU stadium probably the best I ever played in.
Bernard Gooden's with us here. What was your experience with LSU fans like?
I feel like it was good, especially for my senior day. Like it was a lot of people who watch me. I want to say even kids telling me, from the video game. So like, how many people really pay attention? And like I just felt the love every game, literally every game.
Yeah.
Especially senior day, though, like you really felt it.
Man, it's hard. In a very short amount of time, relatively, you became sort of a fan favorite, man. People love the way you play and sort of the energy and the emotion. Hey, Kyle Williams was your position coach. Coach Kyle's not going to be back, but what was it like playing for a year under Kyle?
Man, something you can't take that for granted. Somebody who played that long in the league, who played in the position you played, just like give you the tools and little gems. I feel like that's unpriceable. You think you can't beat that.
What do you think? Because I remember whenever Kyle brought you in and we talked to him, and he liked you a lot because you kind of mirrored his game, right? A little bit of an undersized interior guy that could really generate a pass rush from the interior. What did you learn? What did you learn from Kyle?
I feel like from Coach Kyle, he just taught me just how to really just be nasty, man. When you're on that field, it's you versus the other man. Like, ain't nobody gonna stop you. Can't nobody tell you what you can and can't do. So that's what I feel like Coach Kyle. And then, like, with us being the same height and everything, it was like, you gotta have that dog. You gotta have that extra push. You gotta do a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Bernard
Gooden's with us. Hey, I remember like one of the first days of fall camp, maybe one of the first padded days, went out there. And I was watching the defensive line. Dude, you never stopped talking the whole practice. And at one point, BK went over and was like, "Hey, man, like, I think he used it. I think he used it excellent. He was like, "Shut the whatever."
All right.
What is like? Did your teammates get annoyed with you at practice?
I say the offensive side does.
I bet they do. What about during a game, man? Like, do you carry that over you? You talk trash the whole game?
Yeah, I feel like I do towards the end. Like, I feel like in the beginning, I'm kind of just filling out, trying to see where his mind at. So, win a couple reps. Then I start, I really get heated up. I call it my X factor. My X factor come on.
Was there anybody that you could tell this year that you really got under their skin?
I want to say, I ain't gonna lie, South Carolina line, I was getting in their head. Nah, for real. I think you like that.
That's so good, man. Hey, go to the bowl game. I know, like, you chose to play, which some guys choose not to play. Man, you're a senior. You chose to play. I think people love that about you. You had the ankle sprain. Were you, when you got hurt, were you nervous that it could have been more? It's because it sounds like, Bernard, it was pretty minimal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you never want to get hurt. I feel like the initial reaction is just was emotional because like, dang, last one, like this how I'm going out. Like I don't want to end my career in the last game being hurt. So it was like a first, but once I got through that, and then it's like we did the MRIs, and like I trusted our staff, and then my agent came up with a plan. It was like, I'm good. I ain't got nothing to stress about.
Yeah. So
once I got to the stairs and stuff.
So you were just down for a few weeks?
Yeah, literally like a month, I'll say.
Okay. So you said you're in Fort Worth now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Walk us through kind of your pre-draft process. What's all that entail?
So for my first day, it's a little different now because I'm coming off of this injury. But so for me, I come in at 12, second group for D-line, and we working out with like all the same positions. So I come in at 12, I do like an hour rehab for me purposely because my ankle, and then I do 30 minutes like a warm-up before we do like an actual warm-up with the group, and then we go do the group warm-up. That's about like 20 minutes, probably 15. And then we get into like the dive of the workout. We got like 3 different sets, like different workouts. Then after that, we do some like active recovery stuff, core, and I think we ended it with like stretching. And then after that, get you a protein shake, treat meal, and then that's it. Do it again tomorrow.
What flavor protein shake, man?
Got the chocolate, man.
Same, dude. Like a former fat kid, dude. You know I'm going for the chocolate every time.
Oh, I gotta get the chocolate.
Got to, man. Who are you working out with? Who's the trainer?
APEC.
And I know the facility that you're at, they train a bunch of defensive linemen, right?
Yeah. That's what I can't remember. And as a matter of fact, tomorrow I think we're supposed to go to the field with B-Sub.
Man, it's I'm sure it'll be a great thing for you. You got a dream landing spot if like any team could draft you that you'd want?
Honestly, I don't honestly. Cause I feel like wherever I go is gonna be the right fit. You know, everything happens for a reason. So it's not even one like team I want to go to.
Did you have a team? Because you grew up in Alabama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a favorite NFL team when you were growing up?
Yeah, I mean we did. We had like in the house, you know, everybody go for the Saints.
You said for the Saints?
Yeah.
Let's go! Who dat? All right, man. Look, Mickey Loomis is a big fan of the show. I'll put in a good word for you, man. Maybe they'll pull the trigger.
Hey, we'll see.
Dude, I'd love for that to happen. That'd be awesome.
Hey,
hey man, so you're in Fort Worth. What's next? I get like pro day coming up. I guess a little later in the spring. What else you got?
March 23rd. After the pro day. After that should be pretty much it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna come back and train, and then still stay in state. But other than that, to the draft.
All right, pro day March 23rd, heading toward the draft. Hey man, glad you're healthy. We appreciate the time and everything you did this year, man. We look forward to catching up soon. Wish you best of luck before the draft. All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You got it, man. That's Bernard Gooden. 1 year in LSU, but man, made it impactful. His season with the Tigers. Gooden in this season ended up playing in 12 games, as we mentioned. He played in the bowl game, 24 tackles. He had 4 TFLs, 2 sacks, a forced fumble. Again, that sort of interior push, interior presence. And he was a guy that really announced himself early in fall camp was going to be impactful. They really, really struggled to block him in fall camp. And he was a really good rotational piece, in the interior this season. So wish him well. It'll, the last time we saw Bernard, and it sucks because he's a senior, a fifth-year senior who chose to play in the bowl game when a lot of guys don't, right? And he chose to play, to go right out there with his guys. And the last time we saw him is when he and if you remember in that bowl game, he was carted off. And so, you're just thinking, God, please don't let this be what you fear it could be. It turns out he had a high ankle sprain, and so about a month off, you heard him say there, and back getting ready for the draft. So wish him well, man. That's a guy that got great energy and great attitude, positivity, easy guy to pull for, and wish him well. So we'll keep up with Bernard as we get closer to and through the draft. Hey, we're brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor, parishrestoration.com. That's the website. Look, we had tons of rain in the past couple of weeks, and all the cold weather, it's maybe compounded a lot of those problems with rain and ice and snow in some parts of the state and the region. If you had water intrusion, if you need restoration or remediation work done, Parish Restoration can help. You go to parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. One more time, parishrestoration.com. Just fill out the form on the homepage. They'll always give you that free estimate, and you can make a decision if you want to move forward. Not only can they help you with water intrusion, restoration, remediation. If you have mold, they can help there. Odor, they can help there. Sanitization. Maybe you got a cold or flu bug going through the office, school, church, whatever. Let them come spray. They'll knock it all out. Parishrestoration.com. Parishrestoration.com. All right, y'all, it's after further review. Remember, you can always email us, tweet us, text us, 225-396-4400, 396-4400, 396-4400. Lots of different ways you get involved in the show. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. It was a busy recruiting weekend for LSU as well. Some big-time prospects. Steve Wiltfong has put in a Fong bomb prediction that Dobson, the five-star cornerback, the number one cornerback for 2027, that he's projected to land with LSU after a great visit. Another thing that I was told on Sunday, this one kind of slipped through the cracks, I think, for even a lot of the recruiting guys, but I found this one on Sunday. I was told that JUCO offensive lineman Adrian Lamb was on a visit. he would count toward the 2026 class, so not the portal class. He would count toward the 2026 class. So he played at Georgia Military College this past season as a redshirt freshman, played in 10 games. He's got interest from Auburn, Alabama, South Carolina, among others. So as I understand, look, LSU got the last crack. Wednesday is signing day. The quote-unquote traditional first Wednesday in February signing day is Wednesday. And so LSU is going to get a signature from the defensive back from Shaw. And who knows, maybe could add Adrian Lamb as well, a JUCO offensive lineman. So want to keep an eye on. Apparently that visit went very well. All right, it is After Further Review, brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Let me knock out a quick break, come back, go around the SEC on AFR.
After Further Review.
Tell you what, man, we've been hitting those temps in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. Hope that heater's running right. Hey, look, if you're having any issue with your heater, call River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. I actually got a text on the show text line earlier this morning. It was at 8:09 a.m. for a guy named Ben K., who said, Matt, what's the HVAC company you recommend? Told him, River City's 1 Hour Air. 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. Remember, I was actually at lunch today as well with a client from Spine Center. And she was mentioning, Heather was mentioning that she loves River City's 1 Hour Air because when the technician's on the way, they text a picture of the technician. I'm like, yes. Text, email, call, name, picture, reviews of that technician so you'll always be comfortable with who's coming in your house. It's River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001.
After Further Review, presented by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, and we do shutters too.
Tamba to McKinnon. Pull up. No, he passed it. And a lob. And another dunk for Nwoko. He's got 17, and he's dominating the rim.
When they made their run, they hit some shots in transition, but we had some self-inflicted errors there. We turned it over, and we took some tough twos. And I thought once we eliminated that, we were a lot better on our offensive end. Second half, we were in overtime, 12 assists, only 3 turnovers. We got to the free throw line and converted. And, it certainly wasn't a thing of beauty on defense, but we got just enough stops to get out of here with the win.
Tigers survived in Columbia. They had a big lead early, let it slip away. Ultimately, back and forth late in the ball game, went to overtime, and LSU outscored Carolina 14-9 in the overtime period. So LSU gets a much-needed win. Nwoko had 21 points. Rashad King, 18 for LSU. Markel Sutton had 16. Max McKinnon had 15, a gigantic 3 late in the overtime period, which put LSU up 2 scores, which allowed them the opportunity to play the free throw game late and ultimately hold on and win. So the Tigers win 92-87. They're 2-7 in conference play. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that they're going to the tournament or going to go on some incredible run, but we talked about last week that the 2 games they needed to get with Mississippi State and South Carolina, well, they fell on their face against Mississippi State, got blasted at home, which was embarrassing. So you wondered what would the response be. They go on the road and they beat South Carolina, which is nice. You get another opportunity against Georgia. You get a week off. Right? They don't play again until Saturday, so you get this week off, and you're home against Georgia. So Georgia is 4-5 in the conference, 16-6 overall. This is the sort of manageable. This was the manageable stretch here where you thought maybe you get a few games back. You've split 2 that you thought you'd get, but you got 1 on the road. The 1 on the road of the 3. So see if they come home Saturday and beat Georgia. Kim Mulkey's squad, meanwhile, having no trouble whatsoever. They roll over Alabama, pun intended, 103-63. Bama came in ranked 24th in the country, beat them by 40. Here was Kim Mulkey after the win on Sunday.
Our defense today was special. You just wish you could bottle that up and play like that every game. Guys, we just beat a very good basketball team. Do not be misled by that score. Everything that we did defensively today affected what we did offensively. And they've beaten people we haven't beaten. They're going to continue to beat people. It was just one of those days where I kind of worried. 11 a.m. in the morning, freezing cold, fans were great, and it started on the defensive end, and it never stopped. And it was everybody that was in the game.
It's a big 2-week stretch here for LSU, starting with that win on Sunday. The Tigers play at Texas on Thursday. Now, remember, they already played in Baton Rouge, and LSU. It was kind of an ugly game, but LSU outlasted Texas 70-65. So LSU goes to Texas on Thursday. They're ranked 4th, by the way. Then you're at Auburn, then home on Valentine's Day against South Carolina, and then you're at number 13 Ole Miss. So this stretch coming up here is going to be pretty pivotal for LSU, but my goodness, the way they're playing right now, they've hit their stride after dropping their 2 games to open conference play. Disappointing, losing that home game against Kentucky and then losing a close one at Vanderbilt 65-61, but they've won 7 straight, doing it in pretty dominant fashion as well. So a big one. Remember, Kim Mulkey has not beaten South Carolina since she's been the LSU coach. So she'll get an opportunity a week from Saturday, so less than 2 weeks at the Maravich Center when they'll play LSU plays number 3 South Carolina. It's a primetime game, 7:30 Central Time, ABC. It's going to be a whole scene and a vibe. See if the Tigers can get a couple more wins before they get there. All right, it's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, championship health partner of LSU Athletics. Matter of fact, I'm wearing my Our Lady of the Lake quarter zip here today. They're not only a great partner of LSU Athletics, great partner of ours. Tomorrow, I'm wheels up to San Francisco. We'll be on Radio Row at the Super Bowl for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday shows, and our coverage from the Bay Area will all be presented by our friends at Our Lady of the Lake. When you think LSU, think Our Lady of the Lake. When you think Our Lady of the Lake, think LSU. The two brands are truly synonymous with one another. And, of course, if you need health care for any type of specialty, if it's heart, if it's cancer, if it's stroke, if it's pediatrics, Our Lady of the Lake. Of course, the standalone children's hospital. Drew, my son, sees a lot of specialists there at Our Lady of the Lake Children's Hospital. My own personal physician is Dr. Curtis Chastain with the Our Lady of the Lake Men's Health Group. It doesn't matter if it's your care, if it's the Lake After Hours clinics, FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake, expanding healthcare, OLOLRMC.com/LSU, OLOLRMC.com/LSU, Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we roar. Okay, do it every day about this time. Let's go around the SEC.
Around the SEC, bringing you the biggest news from the nation's best conference. The Alabama Crimson Tide.
Bama's added former Tennessee and App State running back Khalifa Keith through the transfer portal. Visited the Crimson Tide over the weekend and committed. So Bama now has 6 running backs for the 2026 season. Keith is a 6'1", 235-pounder. Ran for just 129 yards across 3 seasons in college.
The Ole Miss Rebels.
Rebs landed Auburn transfer receiver Horatio Fields, recently decommitted from Missouri. He's a veteran who has just 1 year of eligibility remaining. He's the 30th member of Ole Miss's transfer portal class. So he signed with the Tigers in early January, but never enrolled at Missouri. As of last week, was released from his signing and now is headed to Auburn.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
5-star Keemon Spell has committed to Georgia, the nation's #1 running back for the 2027 cycle. 5'9", 205, the number 7 overall prospect. Georgia now has 6 commitments for the 2027 class.
The Florida Gators.
Gators expected to hire Georgia Tech Director of Scouting Cody Collins. That is an important off-field role. Collins was player personnel analyst at Georgia from 2020 to 2024 before going to Tech, and now is headed down to Gainesville to join John Sumrall and his staff. He's had a lot of different guys there from Georgia Tech. Sumrall hired Buster Faulkner as their offensive coordinator. Trent McKnight, one of the wide receiver coaches, so he's pillaging Atlanta.
The Oklahoma Sooners.
And the Buffalo Bills are set to hire Oklahoma's Jay Valai as their defensive backs coach. Spent the last 4 seasons at OU as the cornerbacks coach and co-defensive coordinator, but off to the NFL to coach DBs for the Buffalo Bills under defensive coordinator Jim Leonard. Valai just got a 1-year extension at OU. It was approved. He was going to make $785K. Instead, now he heads to the NFL. All right, there you have it. That is Around the SEC. Monday shows are brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters, too. It's Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. You can always call them at 288-8138, 288-8138, 288-8138, or ReliefWindows.com. Not only energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding, but they do interior shades now as well. Continue to expand that catalog. If you go to the website, you'll see the Shades tab right there at the top, and you'll see the custom fabric roller shades that they offer now at Relief Windows. Check them out at reliefwindows.com, 288-8138, 288-8138, or reliefwindows.com. All right, y'all, it's after further review. Ryan Meeret is going to join us in studio in less than 20 minutes from right now. Meeret, offensive lineman from Miami, was committed to Ole Miss. When Lane Kiffin took the LSU job, he very quickly flipped to LSU, signed in December, early enrollee. He's on campus, and he's going to be in studio with us in about 20 minutes from right now. Cannot wait to chat with Ryan, talk about his decision to flip from Ole Miss to LSU, get to know Lane Kiffin, obviously as a new offensive line coach, and Eric Wolford. So a lot to dive into with Ryan Meeret. We'll do that coming up here in about 20 minutes from right now. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll wrap up hour number one. The Saints are losing a home game in 2026. We'll explain. CFR.
After further review.
YourGoodwood.com. 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 I get it. Funny name, funny logo, all that stuff. People like to laugh. And listen, yes, they do ED treatments. That's part of what they do. So if you have ED, they can help. It's not just a little blue pill. They got lots of different options. But it's so much more than that. This is about helping you feel your best and optimize your life. Okay? Maybe it's hormone replacement therapy. I encourage you men, get your hormone levels checked if you never have. I like to say you don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good again. It's amazing. It could change your life and has amazing health benefits. Hormone replacement therapy. Same for you ladies. Remember, they've got unique aesthetics and wellness, and they can do hormone therapy for women as well. Highly recommend you look into that. And the dozens of different peptides that they offer, from NAD Plus to BPC 157. You want to live your optimal life? They can help. YourGoodwood.com.
After further review, presented by Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, and we do shutters too.
March Madness is heading to Vegas, and LouisianaSports.net is sending one of you plus a friend with it. We're giving away a 3-night Las Vegas getaway from Wednesday, March 18th through Saturday, March 21st, just in time to watch all the madness. Hotel stay and flights covered. All you have to do to enter is head to LouisianaSports.net and click the March Madness getaway link. Sign up now before our March Madness Pick'em launches. Get yourself entered, and you could be watching the tournament from Las Vegas instead of your couch. The winner will be announced on March 2nd.
You mean we're sending somebody to Vegas?
We're sending somebody to Vegas.
Like we're covering their flight?
Covering the flight.
And we're giving them a 3-night hotel stay?
3-night hotel stay.
That seems like a pretty good gift.
That's pretty awesome. It's a bucket list trip for a lot of people, dude.
March Madness? So you fly in on Wednesday, so you're there for the first Thursday and Friday of the tournament. That seems like that would be a lot of fun to watch at a sports book in Vegas.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
We're giving that away, right?
Giving it away. Enter at LouisianaSports.net.
Somebody's going to win it for free?
Free.
Wow. They don't have to pay anything?
Nothing.
Wow.
You just go and win money.
Well, let's protect ourselves legally here. We're not giving away anybody money. You can go to Vegas and you can gamble if you want, or you can watch the games. But what we are giving away is a 3-night hotel stay and airfare travel voucher. It is worth noting you don't have to live in Baton Rouge to win this. You can live anywhere. So you go to LouisianaSports.net, check out the rules and all that full stuff. It's all there. You'll see the March Madness giveaway right there. Literally just punch in your email address to win, to enter to win. But it's all right there. Go check it out. That's a pretty cool gift. Pretty cool giveaway. We're going to run it all through the month of February. We'll announce a winner on March 1st. All right, it's after further review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here. If you want to go watch the Saints play the Cleveland Browns this year, you're going to have to get on a plane. Rim shot.
Oh, okay. Oh.
There you go. If you missed it, it's now official. It had been rumored for a long time, horribly kept secret. The New Orleans Saints are going to play a game in Paris this year. It has now been officially announced. the NFL by the New Orleans Saints, the Paris game. Ha, ha, ha. Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
Gaston.
Pepe Le Pew.
Baguettes. Croissant. I just spit all over the place. Did you see that?
I saw it, yes.
That was an aggressive.
That's so gross.
That was an aggressive amount of spittle.
Oh.
Croissant.
Croissant. Café au lait.
Café du Monde.
Café du Monde.
Don't need to go to Paris for that.
No.
Right down the quarter. Get you some beignets. What's the little hats they wear?
A beret.
A beret.
I need Kellen Moore in a Saints-themed beret.
Oh. Yeah. Si. No. Oui.
Oui, oui.
Oui, oui. A cigarette. You know the cigarette with the long thing? Like
You stick it in the end? Yeah. So French.
Okay, I'll go.
I don't think anyone asked you to.
I'll go. Gordy, fine. I'll go. All right. Sure. I'll deal with the rude French people. I'll go hang out at the Champs-Élysées. I'll go hang out at the Louvre.
There you go.
The Louvre.
Wonder if security's gotten any better there.
I'll go watch Le Tour de France.
Hey.
That's in July.
It's a different time of year, but it's fine. I mean, you know.
I mean, if any team in the NFL is going to play a game in Paris, wouldn't it make sense that it'd be the New Orleans Saints? All the French heritage in the Crescent City. It does make it. What are you going to do? Send the Browns there? Oh, wait. The Saints are going to play the Browns. Grandma Gail released a statement. We're excited to be selected as the designated team for the first regular season game to take place in France. By the way, designated team is what they're called. Not home team, just the designated team.
Designated team.
So unfortunately for the Browns, they don't get to be designated.
They're the undesignated.
They're the undesignated team. Grandma Gail went on to say, this moment is special not only because of the strong cultural connection between Louisiana and France, but also because we will compete for a growing Saints fan base in Paris. In Paris. Oui, oui.
Oui, oui.
So I see this kind of two ways. You know, if you're one of the handful of Saints fans that's actually going to venture onto a plane and fly across the ocean to go to Paris to watch this football game, that's pretty cool. I like novelties. Say it all the time. I like, whenever LSU played the game in Lambeau, novelty, pretty cool. I like things like that. They're a one-off. The whole stadium series for the NHL that played the game in Tampa yesterday. Marler was there. Drove, by the way. What are you doing? Drove to Tampa to watch the hockey game and driving back. I'm like, I said, hey, Marler, when you get back, I'm going to tell you about a new invention. It's called an airplane. It's going to blow your mind. Driving to Tampa.
It's a long drive, man.
10 hours.
Yeah, that was going to be my guess.
Anyway, that'd be cool if you're getting on the plane and going to the game, I guess. But really, this kind of sucks for two reasons. Number one, the Saints next year are set to play 9 home games and 8 road games. Of course, in a 17-game schedule, that's going to alternate every year. So this year they played 9 road games. Next season, 9 home, 8 away. Well, you lose a home game. Because the Paris game, you are the designated team. So now back-to-back seasons, you're going to play 9 games away from the Dome. So you effectively, your season ticket holders lose a game. The opportunity just to be at home in your bed and not travel, you lose that. So that's one, is competitively you lose a game, a home game, I mean. And two is, traveling to Europe, it's difficult on teams coming back. So I would assume they don't have to, but a lot of teams do choose to take their open date the week after they get back from playing in Europe or playing overseas because that travel is so difficult. So It's definitely, while it's a cool novelty, I do like and understand and appreciate that, it is definitely a disadvantage to have to go play overseas. But the Saints will do that. Croissant for breakfast, lunch and dinner. I don't know if that was French. I didn't take French. I took Spanish in school. But I did watch Beauty and the Beast, and that was in France.
Was, yes.
And they all spoke English, which is kind of crazy. I don't know why. Like, why did the candlestick speak English? Lumiere. Like,
He had a French name, though.
he did.
But spoke English.
And with Cogsworth, the clock?
Cogsworth the clock. I mean, you mentioned garçon.
Garçon.
Oh, excuse me, garçon.
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 I just rolled my I think that's Spanish. Garçon. And then Lumiere was always trying to hit on the little broom chick. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
She was a little flirtatious.
Love Beauty and the Beast.
Liked her a lot.
AFR.
We're brought to you by Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Not too late, y'all, to get your king cakes over at Rouse's. As a matter of fact, my dad told me today, actually, we went to dinner on Saturday night, me, my dad, and my Gramps. Shout out Gramps, 93. Awesome. Went to dinner. And Dad told me that, so my brother Brian lives in South Bend, and my dad and my mom went to go see them around Christmas, New Year's. And so they met some of my brother's friends who were really hospitable. They watched some football over there, whatever. And so my dad, as a thank you, shipped them a Rouse's King Cake up to South Bend. Didn't send one to my brother, his son, and his grandchildren, but sent one to the friend who hosted them for a football game. I mean, let's be real. That's what I would do too. Just go to Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Right there on the homepage, you'll see the Mardi Gras King Cakes. Click, ship anywhere in the lower 48, Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home.